my audio quality might be worse. I can't use my headphones, so if it's bad, I'm so sorry. Thank you to _realm for letting me podfix this. I will have their YouTube added in the description. The summary is: never turn your back on somebody you don't trust, Toms. You don't know if they have a knife with you, ready to stab you in the back. It was one of the principles Techno taught Tommy when they were younger. Techno turning his back on Tommy in the situation would mean Tommy was not going to get his hopes up. Hypocrite. You don't trust him either. Or Tommy apologized to Techno. Notes: roughly a post-canon timeline. To be honest, I don't even know. There is one chapter. It has 1,244 words. With nothing else to say, let's get started. Tommy shivers as he tracks through the snowy biome. Should he have worn clothes to protect him from the cold? Yep. But Tommy was a big man. The cold never bothered him anyways. Or whatever the hell that line went. Tommy's been walking through the snow for what felt like hours. He was shaking, though he didn't know if it was solely because he was cold or due to past events. He always seemed to be shaking. As the teen started to see the outline of a quaint cabin, his breath hitches as he stands still and frozen for a brief moment. Was this really worth it? Okay, yes it was. Tommy knows he would regret it if he didn't do this. It would eat up at his very soul if he still even has one. Tommy passes through the fence with ease and reaches the house. He quietly trudges into the steps of Techno's porch, and before long he is in front of Techno's door. He stands there awkwardly for a while, unsure of what to do. What was he doing here again? He really doesn't know. Okay, that's a lie. He very well knows what he's doing here. He's here to apologize to his other brother. No, Techno. Now, anyone who has ever known Tommy knows he's not really one for apologies, but he's getting better at it. He really has, especially after... Well, anyways, he really should stop delaying this. It was inevitable. After a reluctant pause, he knocks on the door. For a beat, nobody answers. Tommy wonders if Techno is even home. He's about to knock again when the door suddenly opens with a loud whoosh, which really says a lot about Techno's strength, from what Tommy remembers, that fucking door is horrendously heavy. Well, not that Tommy doesn't already know how far Techno's strength goes. Techno's in front of him, blocking the doorway with broad shoulders, crown still on but cape discarded. He had an axe in hand, eyes darting around for threats, till they square on the teenager on his porch. Theseus? Techno calls out. Tommy flinches at the nickname. He hasn't been called that in a while. Hey, big man, how are you? The blonde attempts to sound casual, laughing nervously as he scratches the back of his neck. Tommy immediately hasn't seen Techno since Doomsday. He can't say the older man changed much. He looks more or less the same, though he's wearing more casual outfit than what he usually wears. His pink hair in a loose braid, crimson eyes sharp as the teenager currently in front of him. What are you doing here? Techno asks, voice gruff and straight to the point, eyes narrowing, the grip on his axe tightening. Tommy notices. He gulps. He suppresses a shudder as the piglin hybrid continues to stare him down, searching for something, scrutinizing him. The gaze feels heavy on Tommy. The avian hybrid raises up his hands in surrender, trying to placate the situation he's in immediately. Just here to talk, boss man, I swear. Tommy backs up significantly. He could very well die here, if Techno so wishes, but he really would rather avoid that. He's done enough dying in his short lifetime. Thank you very much, Dream. Scratch that out. Techno scoffs. Talk about what exactly? The piglin raises an eyebrow, deadpan and skepticism evident. Tommy contemplates his reply. Clenching his fist, he's pretty sure Techno was not going to believe whatever bullshit he was going to spew. Might as well rip off the band-aid, no? Tommy closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. He unclenches his fist and makes eye contact with the pink-haired man. Dull blue meets dark crimson. I wanted to apologize, Techno. I'm sorry, genuinely. Techno falters slightly. It's a very small movement, almost unnoticeable. If Tommy was anyone else, he probably wouldn't have noticed either. But he did, because he knew Techno. Grew up with Techno. They both stay quiet for a while. Tommy's unsure of what to say next. Techno just continues to stare at him. The piglin's holding the axe loosens. Tommy notes. Techno blinks, then blinks again. If Tommy didn't know any better, he would say Techno looked dumbstruck. You're being serious? Techno asks, skeptical. Tommy's wings ruffle, offended. He makes a quiet squawky noise. Of course I am. What the hell, Techno? Oh, fuck. Tommy shouts. He really needs to think before he acts sometimes. Tommy catches himself, eyes starting to the floor. Sorry, didn't mean to yell. His wings shrink in on themselves slightly. Techno makes a weird noise. Tommy looks up at him. Techno looks even more bewildered, his eyes wider than they usually were. They both blink at each other. Then Techno coughs into his free hair. Right. Do you, want... Again. If Tommy didn't know any better, he would say Techno looked dumbstruck. You're being serious? Techno asks, skeptical. Tommy's wings ruffle, offended. He makes a quiet squawky noise. Of course I am. What the hell, Techno? Oh, fuck. Tommy shouts. He really needs to think before he acts sometimes. Tommy catches himself, eyes starting to the floor. Sorry, didn't mean to yell. His wings shrink in on themselves slightly. Techno makes a weird noise. Tommy looks up at him. Techno looks even more bewildered, his eyes wider than they usually were. They both blink at each other. Then Techno coughs into his free hair. Right. Do you, want to come in? Techno asks, shuffling to the side to make enough space for somebody to go through the door. Now it's Tommy's turn to be bewildered. What? The questioning noise comes out without Tommy even meaning to. Because what? The house. Do you want to come in the house? Techno clarifies, shifting his weight between his feet, demeanor gesturing for Tommy to go inside. You're not going to kill me, are you? Tommy narrows his eyes. As much as he's here to apologize, he really doesn't trust Techno all that much at the moment. Feelings mutual. Techno ears twitches at the, huh? Of course not. He pauses for a brief second. Come inside, Tommy. You look like you're about to turn into a block of ice. He turns his back on Tommy, going further into the house. Never turn your back on someone you don't trust, Toms. You don't know if they have a knife with them, ready to stab you in the back. It was one of the principles Techno taught Tommy when they were younger. Techno turning his back on Tommy in the situation would mean No, Tommy was not going to get a toped up hypocrite. You don't trust him either. The blonde reluctantly follows Techno into the house, pushing the heavy door closed behind him. Then something soft gets chucked onto his face. It's a thick blanket. He pulls it off his face and looks at Techno incredulously. Your shivering was bothering me, he grunts, kneeling down in the fireplace to light it up. Sure, big man, Tommy snorts. He sits across Techno, getting close to the fireplace. The warmth feels nice, paired with heavy blanket on his shoulder. You're being oddly nice to me, you know. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Tommy points out, absentmindedly staring at the fire. Techno chuffs. So are you. Never took you to be an apology type, Theseus. Tommy rolls his eyes. I know how to apologize. Piss off, Techno. Techno snorts at that. Then he carefully stands up. I'm making food. Want anything? He asks Tommy as he walks towards the kitchen. Tommy doesn't realize he's hungry till Techno brings up food. I'm good with anything, Big T. Then adds, just no potatoes, please. There was a sound in the kitchen with that. Tommy's unsure why. Probably Techno offended. Potatoes are like his pride and joy for some reason. Something about a kid named Squid. As Tommy hears Techno shuffling around the kitchen, he stares into the fireplace, basking in its warmth. Yeah, maybe this was worth it.